Most people work to live. They wake up at 6 in the morning. They sit in traffic. They spend 8, 9, 10 hours doing something that someone else told them to do. They come home exhausted. They spend a few hours with their family if they are lucky. They go to sleep, and they do it all again tomorrow for 40 years. And somewhere in the back of their mind there is a dream, a different life. A life where they are in control, where they decide when they wake up, where they decide how they spend their time, where the income they earn is a direct result of their own skill and their own decisions, not a salary someone else decided they deserve. For a lot of people, trading is that dream. And I am here to tell you that the dream is real. Trading can give you a life that most people only imagine. Freedom from the 9 to 5, freedom from a boss. Freedom to work from anywhere in the world with nothing but a laptop and an internet connection. Freedom to build an income that scales with your skill rather than with your seniority. But I am also here to tell you something that most trading content will never say. That life does not come free. It does not come from watching a few YouTube videos. It does not come from buying a course and following someone else's signals. It does not come in 3 months or 6 months or sometimes even a year. It comes from building something real, from doing the actual work, from going through the process that every successful full-time trader has gone through before you. And today I'm going to show you exactly what that process looks like, what it actually takes to build a trading career that supports your life. Not the fantasy version, the real version, because the real version, while harder than the fantasy, is completely achievable. And it is more rewarding than anything the fantasy ever promised. Let me start with the most important question. What does living life by trading actually mean to you? Not in the abstract, specifically. What does your day look like? What time do you wake up? Where do you live? How much do you need to earn each month to cover your expenses, your lifestyle, your goals? Most people who want to trade for a living have never answered these questions specifically. They have a vague image. Freedom, flexibility, financial independence. But the specifics are fuzzy, and the specifics matter enormously. Because trading for a living means something completely different for someone who needs $3,000 a month to live comfortably versus someone who needs $15,000. It means something different for someone with a $200,000 account versus someone starting with $20,000. So before we talk about how to get there, you need to know where there actually is. Sit down and calculate your number. What is your monthly cost of living? Housing, food, transportation, healthcare, everything. Add a buffer for unexpected expenses. Add what you want to save or invest on top of that. That number is your target. That is what your trading needs to produce consistently every month for this to be your life. And once you have that number, you can work backwards. If you need $5,000 a month from trading, and you trade conservatively with a target of 2 to 3% monthly return, you need a trading account of somewhere between $150,000 and $250,000 to generate that income without taking excessive risk. These numbers might seem large, and they might be larger than what you have right now. That is okay, because building to that number is part of the journey, and understanding the journey is how you actually complete it. Let me walk you through the stages of building a trading life. Stage 1 is learning without losing. This is where everyone starts. And it is the stage where most people make their biggest mistake. The biggest mistake in stage 1 is treating it like stage 3. Risking real money as if you already have the skills that only come from years of experience. Expecting to generate consistent income from trading before you have built the foundation that consistent income requires. Stage 1 is not about making money. Stage 1 is about learning how the market works, how your chosen strategy performs, how your emotions respond to real risk, and how to execute a trading plan with discipline. The goal in stage 1 is simple. Survive and learn. Protect your capital while you build your skills. This means starting with a small account, trading the minimum position size your broker allows, risking amounts so small that a losing trade barely registers emotionally. Not because you are not serious. Because you are serious enough to understand that you need to learn before you can earn. This stage takes time. How much time depends on how seriously you approach it. Some traders move through it in 6 months. Others take 2 or 3 years. There is no shortcut. There is only the work. And the work in stage 1 looks like this. You pick one strategy and study it deeply. You paper trade it first if you need to build confidence. Then you trade it live with minimum size. You keep a detailed journal of every trade. You review that journal regularly and honestly. You identify the mistakes you make repeatedly and you work on them specifically. You do not jump to stage 2 until you have at least 3 to 6 months of consistent, disciplined execution. Not profitable execution necessarily. Consistent, rule-following execution. Stage 2 is building consistency and growing the account. Once you have demonstrated to yourself that you can follow a trading plan with discipline, you begin to scale. Slowly, carefully, not with excitement but with patience. In stage 2, your goal is to compound a small, consistent edge over time. Not to get rich quickly. Not to turn $5,000 into $50,000 in 6 months. To demonstrate month after month that your process produces a positive result when executed correctly. This is where the mathematics of compounding begins to work in your favor. If you can produce a modest, consistent return, say 2% per month, and you reinvest those returns, your account grows. Slowly at first, then faster. Because compounding is slow at the beginning and powerful at the end, most traders never experience the powerful end because they blow up the account at the beginning trying to skip the slow part. In stage 2, you are also building something that is just as important as your account balance. Your track record. A track record is evidence. It is the documented proof that your edge is real, that your execution is consistent, that your results are not luck. A 6-month track record of consistent profitable trading is worth more than any course, any strategy, any guru's endorsement because a track record shows you clearly, objectively, without ego, what your trading actually produces. Not what you think it produces. Not what it produced in your best month. What it produces consistently over time. Build the track record in stage 2. Protect it. Because when you reach stage 3, it becomes the foundation everything else is built on. Stage 3 is transition, moving from supplemental income to full income. This is the stage most people want to jump to immediately. And it is the stage you need to approach most carefully. The transition to full-time trading is one of the most psychologically challenging things a trader goes through. Not because the trading itself changes, but because the stakes change. When trading is supplemental income, when you still have a job, still have a salary, still have financial security outside of trading, you can trade with a certain freedom. A bad month is disappointing, but not devastating. You have a safety net. When trading is your only income, every losing month threatens your ability to pay rent. Every drawdown feels existential. And that threat activates exactly the emotional responses that destroy trading. This is why the preparation for full-time trading needs to be financial as well as psychological. Before you transition, you need a trading account large enough to generate your target monthly income at a conservative risk level. You need at least 6 months of living expenses saved separately from your trading account. This is your buffer. It means that even if you have a difficult stretch at the beginning of your full-time trading career, you can cover your expenses without touching your trading capital. And you need a proven track record. Not 2 months of good results. At least 6 months, ideally 12, of consistent profitable trading that you can look at honestly and say, this is what my trading produces. And I have confidence this will continue because it is based on a disciplined process, not luck. If you make the transition before these conditions are met, the psychological pressure of needing the income will distort your trading. You will trade too big trying to hit your monthly number. You will deviate from your rules when you are behind. You will make exactly the mistakes that wipe out the accounts of traders who made the transition too early, wait until the conditions are met. The life you want will still be there when you are ready. Stage 4 is living the trading life. This is what you came here for. So let me describe what it actually looks like. The fantasy version of the trading life is sleeping in, opening your laptop in your pajamas, clicking a few buttons, making a few $1,000s, and spending the rest of the day at the beach. The reality is different. And in my opinion, it is better. The reality is that successful full-time traders are professionals. They treat their trading like a business. They have routines, they have processes, they have disciplines that they follow every single day. A typical day for a full-time trader looks something like this. Before the market opens, you review your watch list. You identify the key levels, the potential setups, the conditions you are looking for. You review your current positions if you have any. You check your emotional state and decide whether you are ready to trade today. If you are not, if you are sick, stressed, distracted, or emotionally compromised in any way, you may decide not to trade today. That is a decision only you can make. And the ability to make it honestly is one of the marks of a professional. During market hours, you execute your plan. You take the setups that meet your criteria. You pass on the setups that do not. You manage your positions according to your rules. You do not overtrade. You do not force setups that are not there. After the market closes, you review the day. You update your journal. You note what you did well and what you need to improve. You prepare for tomorrow. That is the structure. And within that structure, you have the freedom that most people spend their entire career dreaming about. You choose when you trade. If you trade the morning session and your setups appear and close by noon, your afternoon is yours. You choose where you trade. Your office can be your home, a coffee shop, a hotel room in another country. You choose how you spend the income you generate. Because you earned it directly through your own skill and your own discipline, it is entirely yours. That freedom is real. And it is earned. Let me talk about something that nobody discusses when they talk about trading for a living, the mental load. Trading for a living means carrying a different kind of mental weight than a regular job. In a regular job, you might be stressed about your boss, your deadlines, your coworkers, but at the end of the day, you put it down. The job stays at the office. Trading does not stay at the office. Your positions follow you. The market is always somewhere in the back of your mind. A bad day is not just a bad day at work. It is money that has actually gone from your account. Managing this mental load is part of the job. The routines, the journal, the circuit breakers, the clear rules about when you trade and when you do not. These are not just trading tools. They are mental health tools. They are the systems that allow you to be fully present in your life outside of trading without the trading consuming everything. The most successful full-time traders I know are not the ones who think about trading 24 hours a day. They are the ones who have built such clear systems and processes that when the trading day is done, it is done. They close the platform. They close the mental file. They are present with their family their friends, their lives. That separation between trading time and lifetime is not laziness. It is professionalism. It is sustainability. And it is what allows them to show up sharp and focused the next day. Build that separation into your life from the beginning. Define your trading hours. Define the conditions under which you close the platform and do not look at it again until tomorrow. Protect your personal time as fiercely as you protect your trading capital, because the goal was never to trade all day every day. The goal was to build a skill that generates income efficiently enough that you have time and freedom for everything else that matters. Now let me speak honestly about the timeline. How long does it take to build a trading life? Honestly? For most people, 3 to 5 years. I know that is not what you wanted to hear, but it is the truth. And the truth is more useful than a number designed to make you feel good. 3 to 5 years of serious, dedicated work, of treating trading like a professional treats their craft, of doing the learning, the practicing, the honest review, the gradual scaling, of building the psychological resilience that only comes from real experience in the market. Some people do it faster. A small number do it in 2 years. Some take longer, 7 years, 10 years. There is no fixed timeline because every trader starts from a different place with different capital, different background, different learning speed. But here's what I can tell you with certainty. The traders who approach this with patience, who understand they are building something that takes time and do the work without constantly checking whether they are there yet, almost always get there. And the traders who approach this with urgency, who need it to work in 6 months, who take excessive risk trying to compress the timeline, who make the transition before they are ready, almost always do not. Patience is not just a virtue in trading. It is a prerequisite. Let me leave you with this. The life you want is on the other side of the work you are probably avoiding, not the exciting work. Not the work of finding a great strategy or learning advanced technical analysis, the boring work, the daily work. The work of following your rules when it is hard. The work of taking small losses cleanly. The work of sitting on your hands when there is no valid setup. The work of reviewing your journal honestly and seeing your own weaknesses clearly. That work, done consistently over time, builds something that no salary can buy. A skill that belongs entirely to you. An income that you generate entirely through your own judgment and discipline. A life structured around your priorities, not someone else's schedule. That is what trading offers. Not a shortcut, not easy money. A genuine alternative path to financial freedom for people willing to do the real work required to walk it. Start where you are, with the account you have, with the knowledge you have right now. Take stage 1 seriously. Build the foundation before you try to build the life. And keep going. Through the difficult months. Through the learning curve. Through the inevitable periods of doubt. Because on the other side of that work is a life that most people only dream about. And it is waiting for you. If this video gave you clarity about what building a trading life actually looks like, hit that like button right now. Suskusper, because this channel is for people who are serious about this path. Not just interested in it, serious about it. Willing to do the work, and leave a comment below. Tell me where you are right now. Stage 1, stage 2, thinking about the transition, or already living it. I want to know. I read every single comment. Everyone. Protect your capital. Do the work. Build the life. See you in the next video.